Hi, good morning. This is Mark Sellers, and this is an exclusive video sales tip for all of my clients. First of all, I want to shout out to all the mothers out there. This is the day after Mother's Day. Hopefully, you had a chance to spend time with your mother, either by phone or in person yesterday. And if your mother's no longer here, I'm sorry about that. Hopefully, you had some time to reflect on your mother and the impact that she had in your life. So, thank you to all the mothers who are with us and who are no longer with us. Thank you so much for everything you've done for us. The topic today is limiting beliefs. And I want to do a shout out to a good friend of mine, Mitch Little, who wrote this book called Shiftability, co-authored it with Andre Coetzee. Mitch is a client of mine going back to 2008. He runs a 1,500 salesperson sales force for a leading semiconductor company. And he's one of those very special people and a very special leader of sales organizations. So I'm looking at in his book this morning and I'm saying I have to share this idea with my clients, limiting beliefs. So Mitch goes in the book, he talks about types of limiting beliefs that you might be hearing among your people. Or if you're a salesperson, you might be hearing yourself with these limiting beliefs. Here are a few examples. I've got to cut my price. If I don't, there's no way they're going to give me the business. I got to make concessions rather than finding a compelling trade. Otherwise, they won't give me the business. I can't get above X person in the organization. I just don't have a relationship with the president or the owner or the VP of stuff. I'm not an expert in my product or service. So therefore, I'm handicapped. And of course, I'm not going to be able to be as successful. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough resources. Our product isn't new. We haven't had a new product in however long, and all these other companies are coming out with new products. So, of course, I'm at a disadvantage. I can't get a meeting in this crazy environment. Nobody will return my call. Here's the thing. You know that these types of beliefs, this head trash, will absolutely sink you sooner or later if you don't nip it in the bud. So what you have to do is 4 things when you feel like you've got some limiting beliefs in your head, creeping in or firmly entrenched, okay? 4 things to do. Number 1, recognize and expose that limiting belief. So you've heard me over the years talk about lean business practices, right? One of the fundamental concepts of lean is if you can't see it, you can't do anything about it. You've got to have visibility to the problem. So when you take that limiting belief and you face it, you confront it, you throw it on the table, you are taking the first really, really important first step in dealing with this. Now, let me say, you cannot judge yourself. If you do, it's game over because it's very difficult for anyone to admit that they have this limiting belief, that they don't believe in themselves, they don't believe in their products, they're making excuses, whatever it might be, right? Don't judge yourself for that. It's tough in any environment, in any year, especially this one. So get it out on the table. That's the first step you need to make. Second step, explore the consequences of having that limiting belief. If you say, I can't get to so-and-so in the organization, the president, the owner, the VP, whatever, then what are the consequences of that? Well, maybe you don't sell as much to that company as you otherwise would. What are the consequences of you saying, I don't know enough about our product. I'll never be as good as she is or he is. Well, consequences might be that you don't get access to certain people and have different kinds of conversations, and you don't sell as much to a given company. So there are consequences, and it's important for you to put those alongside the limiting belief that you've put on the table, because hopefully that becomes an inspiration for you to say, this is costing me too much. I can't keep running my business with these limiting beliefs. So that's number 2. Number 3, find alternate beliefs. So if you say, well, just because I can't get to the president or the VP, or just because I don't have a certain level of expertise, then I've got to find a way to get around that obstacle. And as you think about that, there's probably going to be many things you can do that you are not thinking of now to get around that obstacle. So change the possibility meter in your brain from I can't do it to, hey, what if I did something else? What if I got out of my paradigm of how I'm doing these things, how I'm approaching the sale? Maybe something exciting would happen. So finding alternate beliefs is the very important third step. What's the final step, the fourth step? Design new behaviors based on new beliefs. So again, if you carry the example forward, if the president doesn't want to see you because you're just the account manager or the salesperson, one of the things you can do is bring your VP on the call, bring your president on the call. Hopefully you work for a company like Mitch Little, who would be delighted to go on a sales call with you. Having that title, getting you in the door as opposed to just being the account manager. But you have to maybe have new behaviors to think that way. You can't be so independent and solo and think that I just have to work harder or faster or something like that, as opposed to better using the resources that I have. You got to change those behaviors based upon the new beliefs that you have to have. Don't let these limiting beliefs get you. Don't let them take you down. It's reasonable for you to have them. Don't judge yourself negatively for having them, but just do something about them. Expose them. Understand the consequences. Find alternate beliefs and design new behaviors to deal with the new beliefs, and watch really exciting things happen. As always, be well out there, be safe, and good selling.